Hello, my name is Edwin Ng, and today I'll be talking about SPL number 6, which is system development. So basically, system development is the process of creating a complete information system to address a problem or achieve a certain objective. The system can be multiple things. It can be a database, it can be a website, it can be a network, or even a telecommunication system. So we'll go on to prototyping or prototype. So basically what prototyping is it's the process of developing an information system without any formal process itself. So basically what happens is developers get preliminary requirements from the users, and then basically once the prototype is then created from the requirements, it'll be tested by the users and they will give feedback to the developers. And then then the developers will then make revisions on that prototype and use basically until the users are satisfied with the actual product itself. So it could take multiple revisions, basically just to get to the final product. And then on to end user development. And that is when users of an application develop the system itself. So it's made by the users. An example would be basically if an accountant created their own balance sheet using a system like Excel. They make it all on their own. It's all user created. And then that goes on to a data flow diagram. And what that is a model of data or information in an organization. The main components consist of external entity, process, data flow, and data storage. An example of a flow diagram would be like if a customer were to be buying something, like buy an item off an online store. The customer, which is the external entity, must pay with some type of credit. And when the customer pays with their credit card information, that is the data flow that is sent to verify the information of the credit card. And when that is the process of verifying the information. And then it determines whether to reject the information or to put the order in place. So the order is then basically processed and then shipped to the customer. This is all through data flow and sending information into different processes. So once the order is shipped and fully processed, it can then send an email confirmation that is sent to the customer, which is another data flow, as well as a record transaction to a customer account, which can be linked to the website. The customer can have this account as stored data, and can be changed basically anytime by the customer. So it can have their information, whether they want to go to that same online store, they wouldn't have to put in all their information. It's already stored there. It's just a shortcut way of paying for another item. And then lastly, the traditional formal development process. There are 5 stages, which include planning, analysis, design, implementation, and maintenance. Planning is the first step, and basically it's the first step of the development process, and it identifies and defines problems and how they can be solved. It also defines the goals of what the system will do. So the second step is analysis. It determines the requirements needed as well as to find out basically what the users want in the system. So the third step is design, and this step is to convert the requirements to technical blueprints, which is basically how everything is going to be laid out, both hardware and software. Basically, it's just a framework of how everything is going to be put together. And then, like I said, it includes both hardware and software designs. So then it goes on to the fourth step, which is implementation. And this is based on the designs that were previously made for the system, and it builds the hardware and software of the system, as well as installing and integrating the system with users, and then as well as user testing on the system. So the last step is maintenance, and basically maintenance is just if any problems are with hardware or software in the system, just going in and fixing, cleaning stuff up, and then making things more user-friendly or anything like that. So that is SPL-6, which is system development. Once again, thank you.